Greetings, meatbags! Raxxo decided to show and tell us what driving means to him. It was hilarious. Watch and wonder, how many times does he have to crash into the same obstacle before he figures out to avoid it?
Oh, and he talked about why he doesn't think he's a sicko anymore. Buckle up, the cope is coming. Hard and funny. Let's go!
Time. As you can tell,
Whatever you say, Raxxo. We doubt you've gotten any better at this.
But...
Certainly hasn't gotten better with audio, that's for sure.
Or commentary.
A lot of people often ask, why do I do racing games?
Name 5!
Like, why do I...
Not finish sentences.
You know, why do I do what I do with racing? Why am I so into cars? Why am I so into racing? What's my obsession?
Actually, meaty me, we do know that. You've only said it a few thousand times. You think you're a big boy racing in important contests of speed and style. In your mind, you are single-handedly responsible for the continued existence of car culture. Meanwhile, back in reality, nobody, and we mean nobody in the car world, cares about nor wants your support.
For me, it's not an obsession. For me, racing saved my life.
Really, Raxxo, you've said racing saved your life. You've said your family saved your life. Hell, you've even said music saved your life. In reality, your life was never in danger at all. Every time you've threatened to fade to black, it's been on camera, and with tools totally unsuited for that purpose. A pen? A stylus? A screwdriver? Come on, Raxxo. There are people who have actually tried that with deadly objects. You've never been serious. It's all just melodrama to get the trolls off your back. Didn't work, did it?
It really did save my life. Don't know how many to barrel roll that.
Saved your life, huh? Driving would literally kill you, and probably someone else. With your screwed up depth perception, you couldn't even do a drive-through.
Spoiler alert! This happens a lot, and it's gloriously hilarious. In fact, he couldn't even get past this level. Eventually, he had to go back to stage 2, where he didn't exactly shine either.
But we did apparently.
He just really loves police cars. They attract him like a neodymium magnet pulls in steel.
So, you know, a lot of people seem to think that, like, I didn't grow up with car racing, but actually I did.
We highly doubt that. Sure, you've seen all the Fast and the Furious movies, played your share of racing games, but your knowledge obviously only comes from those 2 areas. Neither reflects reality. Look at this game, for example. In real life, street lights are solid objects. Road signs, too. Oh, sure, the latter give way, but they're very unforgiving when it comes to tires. The best you could possibly say about your relationship with cars is you ride around in them sometimes. You've done so your whole life. You might have been to a race or seen a car show. However, you have shown no proof of anything more. How about some photos of you sitting in the driver's seat of any car, even a go-kart? Do you know what a 1987 Lamborghini Countach smells like on the inside? Oh, here's a tough one. Do you even know what BMW stands for? We do, Bavarian Motor Works. And the meatbag doesn't even consider himself a car guy. Yet he can tell you how an internal combustion engine works, both piston and rotary. Do you have any clue how brakes work, what a transmission does, or why cars today need catalytic converters? The answer is no, you don't. At least not when we asked. We're sure you asked Google.
From a very young age, I grew up around cars and stuff like that. But this style of gaming is what I love.
Hey! We believe you on that one. You clearly do love this car shit. Problem is, you're fucking terrible at it. We just watched the wall eat you. Our meatbag also isn't a race fan, but he has played a Need for Speed game or two and several dollars worth of hard driving. What just happened is laughable from someone who considers themselves to be good at this.
This style of gaming is what I live for, dude.
Wreck like that would have killed you.
Like, I'll be honest, if it wasn't for my older brother, I wouldn't have found my love for cars.
Meaty me! You probably think that was a realistic crash. Your mind only seems to understand cartoon physics. You hit that caddy head on, doing over 200 miles per hour. It was moving forward too, so the force of impact is increased. Your Mustang and that caddy would have probably become inseparable. You and anyone in the caddy would become chunky bits of broken meatbag. Driving in real life has real consequences, whereas you simply lost one of your redo chances. This is all pretend.
Like, honestly, I'm glad that I found racing, because doing racing, no matter what it is, it's what I live for. It's what I breathe every day. That's something that I'm more passionate about even than you.
Oh yeah, he'll just shrug off this collision because it happened at less than 200 miles per hour. Just totally unlike real life. Raxxo, forget any notion that what you do in these games transfers into real life. It is a video game, that is all. A diversion. One you're terrible at. You've gone through 5 replays in under 3 minutes. And this is only stage 3. We don't know how many stages there are, but seems like there should be quite a few if you started in California and are only in Nevada on the way to the East Coast.
I know a lot of people are chatting like, oh, you didn't grow up around the car scene, blah, blah, blah. Man, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit, dude.
We know you're a poser.
Like, you weren't around when I was a kid. So, how would you know?
Glad you asked. Here is how we know you were not raised around car culture. You're 34 fucking years old, playing a game on easy setting and doing horribly. If you tried to brag about being a driver to someone who actually drives you, would receive one of 2 basic responses depending on their knowledge of you. The ignorant would say something like, oh, bless your heart, you're really driving now. Those who know your sicko ways would likely say, it's a video game. Grow up and get a life. Away from teenagers, you sicko.
But my love for cars spans beyond makes and models. It really does.
All units clear for 1073 ASAP. 1073 in position, check your screen.
For me, racing cars
Last
is a way
chance,
of life.
loser.
Whether I mess up, whether I don't mess up, I don't care. For me, it's about the cars. It's not about whether, oh, you're good or not, you're the best, blah, blah, blah.
Bullshit detected!
Come on, Raxxo! Our memory and attention span is long enough to remember you promising to shatter records and listing off meaningless achievements you have no proof of. The meatbag pointed out how far off from a record you were in Dirt 3 because of your bragging. You can't gaslight us! And to be fair, you probably aren't. We know you're more like a goldfish in your attention than a human. You probably really think it never mattered to you. And that, Raxxo, is another reason you're a top-tier lolcow.
Like, there are certain styles of racing that I am very proficient with. But for me, it's about the cars themselves.
These aren't cars. They're 3D models, rigged for animation. Cars are objects one can touch.
Driving hard, get it right up to.
It's about the camaraderie behind race.
There is no camaraderie in a one-player game, dumbass. There are no other drivers, those are bots. Handicapped bots at that. You aren't going to have a beer with any of them. None of them will call you family.
Loser.
Like I said, whether it's, in real life, whether it's in-game, it don't matter to me.
Actually, it kind of does. To be a driver, you need to sit down and drive in a real car. To play a game, you need to sit behind a screen and pretend. In real life, looks like you'd be going to jail. Again. In the game, you can simply restart the stage. The difference between life and game might as well be the difference between apples and motor oil. From here, he tried again and kept repeating the same tripe about being a driver, blah, 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 saving car culture, yada, yada, yada. And now a medley of bad driving leading up to the Sicko talk part.
Dude, how did I screw that up?
You drove into the police instead of around them.
And like, I know a lot of y'all in chat are probably gonna laugh or whatever at what I have to say, and that's fine. You can laugh.
Oh, yeah, we are. Bet that.
Alright, so I need to pass up 10 different drivers. Okay?
Figured that out all by yourself, did you? Not like the goal was there near the top left literally the entire time you were playing? Putz.
This is gonna be tricky, but okay.
Well, it's not so much tricky as it is what you're just supposed to do.
And you know, like, I've always had this love and passion for racing. Whether it's in-game or real life, I don't care.
The viewers do. They respect people with talent. Real life or video game, you have no talent. If you want viewers, you should care quite a bit about how well you perform. Well, if you want supportive viewers. Of course, it's all irrelevant because of your past penile indiscretions.
At the end of the day, racing is racing, no matter what.
You're the only one who thinks that.
Yo, Neptune, what up, buddy?
Gotta run the roadblock. Get moving, get moving.
How am I having so much trouble with this?
Poor depth perception, slow reflexes, inability to concentrate, bad calibration on your wheel. The list of reasons is pretty long.
Bro, really?
Really? And that won't be the last time he hits this obstacle either.
How are they doing that? I should have ran right through it.
His knowledge of physics on display.
Alright, let's restart that because I lost way too much speed on that.
Just can't stay away from the police cars. Not like they have flashing lights or sirens to let you know they're there. Right, Raxxo?
Don't care if you call me out.
Yes, you do, or you'd have said nothing.
That's Neptune, man. I really don't give a shit.
The more you say it,
You can call me out all you want. I don't give a fuck.
the bigger the shit you give.
You may as well be talking to yourself, dude.
Except he's talking to you and you're talking back. Putz.
And the game itself crashed too!
Hey, Double Man, ain't it past your bedtime, bro? Don't you have kindergarten school tomorrow?
Bad choice of insults there, Raxxo. Shows you're still thinking about little kids. Just like the sicko we know you are.
Yeah, I like the Shrek movies. They're funny. They're good.
Shrek is also not something to admit being into at your age.
And something is seriously going on in my game. What the fuck?
It's called a crash. You should know all about them at this point, Raxxo.
Hang on, y'all. I might have to restart. I don't know. Yep, I'm gonna have to restart. Hang on, y'all. Get down, shut it open.
Everyone get a good look at his desktop and windows? Good.
You know, people can talk all the shit they want. I don't care.
Yeah, you do. You talk about it a lot.
come in. You got her on the block. Get moving, get moving.
Bro, really? Got him.
Ninth out of 10 ain't good enough, boy.
Damn, that was brutal.
His favorite obstacle again. We'd stay away from the left side of the course there. Just saying.
8 out of 10 is even worse than 9 out of 10. You're actually becoming less capable before our eyes. Awesome.
You know what's funny, Justin? They keep riding that old-ass wave, but the problem is they never show any actual proof, man.
You asked for it, you got it.
So, these are the K-Techs. Jesus, you are a sick fuck.
Yep, that's the common reaction. It gets better, too. When this happened, and the screenshots were released, his response was as dumb as it was funny. He admitted the texts happened, but claimed that the decoy told him she was 18 on the phone before these messages. Problems with that excuse are twofold. First, he admits sending dick pics and soliciting nudes from someone who said they weren't old enough for that. Second, as you can see from his final message, he knew what he did and who he did it to. This is a standard predatory bailout message. If he thought she was an adult, there would be no need to ask her to not do anything. Note how he includes her in the blame by saying they both made a huge mistake. This screams hebephile. It did a few years ago, and it still does today. Turns out, without intensive voluntary therapy, hebephiles like him keep on liking people in the early to mid-teens.
Code 3, repeat code 3, street race in progress.
Like, they always claim that I talk to kids, but yet I've not seen any proof of that.
Closing your eyes to the proof doesn't count, meaty me.
I mean, where's the current proof of you know?
This is literally all the proof we need, and it never spoils. This has a shelf life of roughly forever. Turns out you're attracted to kiddos, and people attracted to kiddos usually remain attracted to them without intervention. You have had none. Beating off in a virtual sex addict support group doesn't count.
Side note, looks like they have a term for people who are flexible with the age they like. Pedohebephile.
Hey, yo, Neptune, am I wrong, man? Unless they have any kind of current proof, they ain't got shit.
Yes, you are wrong, despite the agreement of your buddy troll. We have no way to know how many kids you could be talking to on Discord or other places.
Observation! This was funny as hell. Watch as the other cars pass the finish line and his place goes up as they disappear, until the computer realizes he can't complete the goal and kills the game.
Oh wait, seriously, I'm thinking about just going back and redoing the last event. Yeah, I'm gonna do the last event real quick just so I can, you know, horse around and have a little bit of fun with y'all. Because I'm seriously getting frustrated with this event, so I'm just gonna switch.
Of course you are. It's harder than the last stage. You need every neuron in your brain to even have a chance at passing this stage. And you're using half or more of them to spout this dribble. He fared only slightly better in stage 2. We're gonna skip that and take you to his other performance that night. Did you all know that it's actually possible for a guitar to get diarrhea too?
Oh, God! Look at the stains on that shirt. Does Sally use detergent when she washes your clothes? Or has she completely given up? Because from what we can tell, you've left a lot of, shall we say, forensic evidence on that poor garment.
As in the Guitar Pro poser short we did, He's going to try playing the vocals to songs, which include vocals. After listening to him, we've come to some conclusions. First, someone needs to get that poor guitar out of that house. Pronto! Second, his guitar performances could literally be weaponized to drive people from their homes or out of caves.
It's really that bad.
We're thinking about getting in touch with DARPA about it. This could win the war in Ukraine. Get your earplugs ready.
Holy shit! Once I heard someone put a bunch of silverware into an industrial clothes dryer. I thought that was the worst noise ever until now.
The sound of ultimate suffering is painful.
We are going straight classic on this one for you guys.
No, we are not!
Thanks, sweet baby Jesus, for that.
So there you have it. Over 2 hours of dreadful non-tent, distilled into less than 30 minutes of tolerable fun. It's amazing to think he believes people unironically want to see this shit. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have an excellent several days.